Welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about your astrology vision board. Your astrology vision board, align your vision with your astrological houses. So what this means is what we're going to be doing is creating a vision board, which I'll explain a little bit in a moment, and we're going to be aligning it astrologically with the houses in your chart. So let's just be clear about what is a vision board. So a vision board is a visual representation of people, events and things that you want to manifest into your life. The idea is that we're going to create a board. It's either going to be physical or digital, and on it you're going to put photos, images and so on of the items and things and people and events that you want to manifest into your life. It's the vision for your life, it's what we want, what you're planning to do. Typically your vision board would be made out of cardboard, or it could be made out of something like this. This is foam board. It's like 1/8 of an inch thick and it's quite sturdy kind of thing. You could use something like that. And you can also create a digital vision board, which is perhaps the more modern way of doing things, but then you could either print it out later, but then certainly you can take it with you on your phone at all times. So it doesn't have to get complicated. If you've got a piece of cardboard, we can use that. If you want to do it digitally, we can do that as well. So the idea is, what does visual representation mean? And what we are going for is to actually put photographs, images, words, beautiful quotes, inspirational quotes that you can look at visually every day to reinforce your vision and manifest it into your life. Your vision board will also benefit if it's got some color and some texture and it speaks to you. So everybody's vision board is going to be different depending what it is you're trying to manifest into your life, where you are in your life, how old you are, if you're younger, older, married, divorced, whatever. You're going to want to be manifesting different things. And a vision board doesn't necessarily have to last forever. Typically one would do one at January for the year, but you can certainly add more things and take things away as the vision for your life evolves through your life's journey. So let's talk a little bit about manifestation. The idea of manifestation is that everything that we ever do, create or become started with a thought, a word and a deed. So first of all, if you just, for instance, say you decide you want to go and travel and go to Australia for the summer. You first get the idea, you think about it, you think, gosh, I think I'd like to go to Australia, go and visit something entirely new, visit the culture. Then you start talking about it to your friends, to people around you, and you also start exploring it, you do some research, and this is the word part of this. So it's thought and then word, and then it's actually the deed of you actually booking the flight, booking your hotels and actually going on the vacation. But the actual sequence will always be thought, word and deed. And this is why it's incredibly important in manifestation to make sure that you have positive thoughts and you're thinking of good things generally, rather than negative thoughts and bad times in the past. The idea is with your vision board and manifestation particularly, you want to be looking to say, I would like to go to Australia, I'd like to go to Australia next summer, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. And it's again through the steps of thought, word and deed. So this is very important, not only for creating vision boards, but generally to make sure that you don't have a negative inner dialogue going on in your mind. You've got positive thoughts rather than dwelling on the past, what went wrong, whatever it is. So you want to move forward from this point. When you're creating a vision board, it is important to be positive about it, because we are putting out these visions and these almost call it affirmations to the universe, and we want it to be positive. So it's always better to say, I want a good relationship, rather than saying, I don't want a bad relationship, because the word bad is the word that lingers. We are always going for the positive. I want a better job, for instance, or I want to meet the love of my life. But you don't want to be saying, I don't want to meet another guy like that one, or I don't want a bad job, or I hate my job, I need a new job. You have to say, I'm looking for a better job that's going to stretch me, improve me, pay me better, or whatever. So you're always going on the positive side of what it is you want to actually put onto your vision board. So because we're talking astrology and we're talking vision board, it might be an idea for you to use this particular diagram that I have here up on the screen now. It also can be reflected in a larger board like this, but without the signs. So you could definitely draw something like that. So let's take a closer look at this diagram. So we have two circles. You've got the larger outer circle, and then we have the inner circle. From there we have a horizontal line crossing the whole diagram across, and we have a full vertical line coming down. Then there are other lines at 30 degrees crossing over from the center point. So in the end you have 12 segments within this diagram, and this is going to be the structure which you're going to build your vision board on. So this will be the backdrop where you put the images, thoughts, and all your bits that you want on your vision board within this framework. This is the astrological framework of how the astrology houses are laid out. And we'll just go through it now. Also, you can then, of course, color it in to demarcate different houses if you want to, as I have done. I'll show you a little later. So I've done some light wash on these colors to just give it a bit of a background so I can kind of see what's going on there. But certainly you can color and decorate your vision board any way you like. In astrology, there are 12 houses, and we're going to go through them now so that you know which segment is for which house. So the first house is on the, I want to call it between the 8 and the 9 o'clock position. The second house is between 7 and 8 o'clock. The third house is between 6 and 7 o'clock. The fourth house is between 5 and 6 o'clock. The fifth house is between 4 and 5 o'clock. And the sixth house is between 3 and 4 o'clock. Is this making sense? Moving on, the seventh house will be between 2 and 3 o'clock if this was a clock. And the eighth house is between 1 and 2 o'clock. And the ninth house is between 12 noon and 1 o'clock. Your 10th house will be from 11 to 12 o'clock, and your 11th house is from 10 to 11 o'clock. Then finally the 12th house will be from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. But the point is that the sequence of the houses is always the same. I'm just referencing them back to a clock in case you don't know much about astrology, but these are the positions of the houses, and we're going to go through now and discover what things to put in each of these segments or these houses in your astrological vision board. So let's have a look at the first house. In the fourth house, you want to put visionary items such as to do with your body shape, your posture, clothes and shoes, and accessories and jewelries. Ideally, if you are looking to lose weight, get fitter, or have a svelte body, or whatever it is you're looking for, this will be the place where you put these visions for yourself. Perhaps you have an old photograph of yourself when you were younger, slimmer, you can put that up there. Or there's a hair color you want to go for, you can put that up there. Or there's some styling or clothing that you want to purchase, maybe you want a leather jacket or whatever, or you want to get some Doc Marten boots, I'm not sure. So you would put those images in the first house. This is for how you look and the way your body is. When people meet you face to face, this is what they see. It is a facade and it's how we dress, and that's really what's going to go in your first house. So for the second house, you're going to be looking at improved self-worth in some form, adding value to your life, your income goals, and money in the bank. So for improved self-worth, it may be that you need to have more positive affirmations about yourself and know what your self-worth actually is. This then adds to the second point, which is adding value to your life. This could be by purchasing better things you wanted, or it could also be by attracting the people you want that add value to your life rather than the same old, same old. Income goals is very much what most people are going for. So you may at this point be saying what type of income you would like to manifest and bring into your vision. Now, many people say, oh, I need $1 million, but that's not necessarily what we're going for. You need to look at what I want to say minimal viable income, and this is how much do you really need to survive comfortably so that you are slightly above the breadline, you've got food and a shelter, and then there's perhaps some room for extra. On top of all of that, you may still wish to attract millions of dollars, and that would be the place you would put it. But some of you will be quite happy to just say, I just need enough. Maybe you need, my number tends to be around the $4,000 a month mark, and that would be an ideal situation for me. Money in the bank. This is also a thing that, this is where you would want to put savings that perhaps your saving goals would be to save $100 a month, save $1,000 a month, but build up some form of savings. So this is all about your financial, almost your financial health in your life, and you want to establish that. So income is one thing, but then having that money in the bank or in savings in some way would be another item that you can put in your second house on your vision board. The third house. So in the third house, you're going to be putting items and things which are going to actually stretch you a little bit. So this will be any classes that you want to take, weekends away, and sibling experiences. So let's just go over what they could be. So classes that you want to take. So this could be a weekend cooking class. It could be a 2-week art class. It could be something that's short and sweet and you go, or perhaps you go to a conference, something like that, and you take a few classes to stimulate your mind and brush up on something or other, or learn something brand new. This will also be where you will put in any weekends away you want to take. Maybe you want to have a weekend away at Whistler, maybe you want to have a weekend away in New York, and these are the actual weekends away that you would plan to do or to manifest into your life perhaps in the next 12 months. So if you want to go to New York, you would put pictures, I assume, of the Empire State Building and whatever other landmarks there are in that city where you want to go for the weekend. The third thing will be sibling experiences if you have brothers and sisters, and if not, then you look to your cousins, and how this is a place where if you have a relationship that is good, you want to keep it that way. You would put photographs of your brothers and sisters, and also if you have a sibling relationship that is perhaps a little broken and you want to fix it, again you would put photographs of that sibling, of that cousin, and you together doing something to bring manifestation to that bond, to improve your relationships with your siblings. Let's have a look at the fourth house. So in the fourth house, you want to be putting your property goals. This is your real estate property goals. You may want to manifest a larger place. You might want to live in a different city. You might be looking for an apartment in a particular building in your city, and that would be the image that you would want to put in this segment in your fourth house. If you are looking to buy a home, you would get an image of the type of home you want in the area you want and put it there on your vision board, because this is what you are trying to manifest into your life. You also want to look at home decor improvements, which many of us really could do with everything could do with a lick of paint. I know certainly in my home this is the case, but you may decide you want to declutter, freshen up the paintwork, bring in some fresh plants, get rid of what's dying and dead and dry, and bring in fresh, juicy accents to your home, get some fresh linens on the bed, and any type of home decor improvements would then go in your fourth house. And generally better family relationships. The people who live in your home under the roof, the same roof as you, are reflected in this house. So perhaps you want to put a photograph of everyone around a barbecue enjoying themselves, having dinner, something like that. Or if you want to bring family to your home, you would also put photographs of happy families having dinners and so on, or cooking together, or just enjoying things, watching the game, something like that. But the idea is if you want to focus on family improvements, you would put it all in the fourth house. So let's look at the fifth house. The first step would be happy children, stock portfolio goals, lottery and casino wins, and make time for creative fun moments. Let's look at those one by one. So happy children, clearly if you have children, you want your kids to be happy in one way or another. It's not always easy. If you are trying to have a baby, you would put photos of babies or something like that there. But if you do have happy children, or you don't have happy children, photographs of your kids being happy, enjoying life would be a great place to go in the fifth house. The next would be your stock portfolio goals. So if you are doing some saving in a tax-free savings account, or you're actually trading on the stock exchange, this would be the place where you would want to put the goals you have for your stock portfolio. If you're looking for more stocks that are going to pay dividends, or you want to buy, they always refer to Apple stocks or whoever, Coca-Cola, you would put those, drive those, and put those actual stock ticker symbols in that fifth house. Lottery and casino wins. Most people will say, I'd like to win the lottery, win $5,000 or something in the lottery. But if you do put in a manifestation for that, that would go in the fifth house. If you are someone who goes to a casino, you might want to put in an expectation there, I don't know, of a $500 win in a casino, something like that. And whatever it is that you want to manifest into your life. I do think with fifth house winnings financial that you do need to have a predetermined number that you want to go with. It's not the same for everybody. Everyone has different needs and requirements, but there will be some number that would be what we call generational money, where if you did win that amount of money, you would never have to work again. And it does tend to start at the $1 million mark. But for you, it could be less, and it could, of course, be more. But that would be a good number to go into your fifth house. And then also, this is the fifth house is also a place to make time for creative endeavors and fun moments. So maybe you want to go to Disney World, to a roller coaster place. You want to go and have some thrills. You want to go bungee jumping somewhere, or whitewater rafting, or have some fun in a way. Anything like that would go in the fifth house. This would also be the place if you want to get onto a team, like a hockey team or a football team. This is where you would put that manifestation that you want to be a member of that team. So the sixth house, let's have a look at the sixth house in your astrological vision board. So a few points here: get or quit your day job, fitness goals, daily gratitudes and affirmations, and everyday art practice skills. So these are a few examples of the things that you can put in your sixth house. Some people want to get a job. I get it. If you're unemployed or looking for something else, if you want to get a job, this would be the place where you put that image or affirmation of maybe the company you want to work for. And then you have another segment of the population who want to quit their day job and go and do something else. And that too would be what you would put in your sixth house. This is your daily activities and your job. Your fitness goals go in here, and this will be to diet and health, so that you're clean eating. Maybe you're going vegetarian. Maybe you've decided you're going to cut down on the drinking and the smoking and all of those. That would go in the sixth house. Evening gratitudes and morning affirmations. Your affirmations would be very similar to how you see yourself, that you're strong, that you're capable, that you're healthy, and all the rest of it. And then your gratitude would be something you would perhaps do in the evening, that you were grateful for the friends you have, the food you had to eat that day, that you have a healthy body or whatever, or that you got through the day and you are grateful for things. So even small things can actually go in this position. And then I'm putting in there everyday art practice skills, because typically it could be anything, if it's music or skateboarding or whatever, but anything that you do every day to improve your basic skills in whatever it is that interests you. In my particular case, it's art. I try and do daily art. I try and do a little drawing every day, and it's practicing your skills. They do say you need 10,000 hours of anything to master something. And if you're trying to do art, that would be what you would do. You would write in there daily art, or if you're trying to learn how to play the piano, you would want to put in there daily piano practice, and that would go in your sixth house. So let's have a look at the seventh house. So in the seventh house, a few more things in here. So we have a life partner, a social partner, a business partner, a travel partner, and a theatre partner. These are examples of items that you would put in the seventh house in your vision board. So first up is a life partner. Typically this is the love of your life. It's your husband or wife. It's your significant other. It's the main person, your other part, your better half, call it what you will. It's your main life partner, and that's who goes in the seventh house. So if you are happily married, you would put a picture of you and your husband or whoever, all happy and smiling, in that seventh house to maintain it in your manifestation. A social partner, this will be someone who you can go out to jaunts with, or maybe you go to for shopping with or something like that, and it's someone just to hang out with socially, or maybe go to parties with, who is not necessarily going to be your life partner. So a business partner is clearly what it says. It's someone you go into business with. It's anybody you will collaborate with. You might think, I need to get together with her because we can do good things together. And work together with partners. It doesn't have to be a formal business partner, but anyone you get together with to do a kind of business. So say you go to a flea market and you decide to share a stall with somebody else, you will then actually, that will be your business partner that I'm talking about. A travel partner. So if you're the type of person who likes to travel, but you don't necessarily want to travel alone, and you don't have someone to travel with, or your partner doesn't want to go, maybe you decide you want to go to Las Vegas for the weekend, and that would be a travel partner. So you would find someone, if you're looking for someone to travel with you to Las Vegas, that would be where you would put in that you want a travel partner in the seventh house on your astrological vision board. And then I'm saying theatre partner because that's just something that I keep thinking I ought to be doing. More cultural events where you maybe want someone to go with you to the theatre, or you want someone to go with you to the ballet, but you don't really want them in your life. They're just someone that enjoys the same type of things you do. So you would find someone culturally who you could go out and visit an art gallery, go to a museum, or whatever it is. And that would be a different type of partner that you would want to manifest into your life, so that you will enjoy going to these places more often. Let's have a look at the 8th house. So some ideas for the 8th house will be patron support, monetary donation support, secret supporters, and grants and financial gifts. So the 8th house is the house of support from others. It can be financial, but it can be by support in general as well. So patron support, if you're into things like Patreon, or you want someone to help you or support you or promote you in some way as a patron of the arts, typically this would be where you would put that person. Monetary donation support. This is if you are raising something like a Kickstarter, or you just want someone to give you a handout, or you're looking for someone to say, oh, you know, we've done so well, here's $500. And that's where you would ask for donations and just general support that doesn't have to be paid back. You also have secret supporters here. Now this you would put in there, the great unwashed, if you are looking to perhaps run for office, or you want to be the mayor of your city, or you want to be the chief of the PTA committee, and you need people to vote you in or support you up to a position, these are your secret supporters. So if you're looking for that kind of support in your life, you would put secret supporters in your 8th house in your vision board. And then grants and financial gifts. So this won't be for everybody, but if you are perhaps engaged in a university or college and you can apply for bursaries, grants, or loans have to be paid back, but the grants are actually given freely. I'm talking about Canada here particularly. But if you do have a grant and you want to get some more help for whatever reason, you would put that in the 8th house in your astrological vision board. Gosh, we're still going strong. So the 9th house, let's have a look at what would be in the 9th house in your astrological vision board. So here you want to plan some places to visit. This is the Australia trip. Writing poetry or art that you want to publish. You want to create a vision board in the nature of the 9th house and follow some thought leaders. Let's have a look at those 4 points independently. So plan some places to visit. Surely we all want to go and travel and do some things. Many people would like to visit India, visit Australia, go to Europe, do the grand tour, visit Iceland, Japan. Many of these places are on my list. The Galapagos is one that I would like to visit, and that goes on the 9th house in my astrological vision board. So the next point is writing poetry or art that gets published. Really, if you are creating something that will ultimately be published, like a book, like some poetry or some art that you're going to publish somewhere, or push it out there, this would be the place you would put that. If you're creating a magazine or anything like that, or a blog perhaps even, you would put that drive, what you want to achieve about your publishing, in the 9th house. The 9th house itself is where vision boards particularly live. They live in your 9th house where your visions are. So your vision board is just one of those things that's, funnily enough, you would find in your 9th house, and maybe creating a vision board needs to go on your vision board, which is kind of weird in a way, but anyway. The last point is to follow some thought leaders. Here, what I'm saying is that if you want to follow Oprah or Gary Vaynerchuk or one of these people who are thought leaders, and maybe you want to meet them or something like that, you would put their image up there. Who is your thought leader that you are following and who you are believing in? Okay, let's have a look at the 10th house. So, in the 10th house of your astrological vision board, you're going to put your career goals. You want to polish your reputation there, start a business, or build your personal brand. So we have 4 items here. The one will be career goals. So if you want to be VP of marketing or head of the widget department, that's what your career goals. You will put that in there in the 10th house. This would also be the place where you want to polish up your reputation, to improve your presence in the world, and typically this will be done through cleaning up your Facebook nonsense from 10 years ago. Get rid of all that, promote your reputation, work on your CVs or resumes, and make sure that what is being put out there in the world about you, if you have websites, definitely on there, and that is where you will do that in the 10th house. Spruce up your reputation. The next thing you would put in your 10th house, if it fits with you, is to start your own business. Any entrepreneur or who's starting their very own business for themselves, not a business you buy from somebody else, but one that you create from yourself, such as an astrology business or as a musician or a YouTuber or whoever, any business that you want to start needs to go in your 10th house and be supported in there. And the 10th house is also the place where you will improve your personal brand, which is who you are and what you are known for and how you are presented and what people say about you when you're not there, so that you can be promoted well and thought of well in the nature of how you want to be considered, right? So say you are a sportsman and you want to turn into advertising or something, you need to say, oh, he's a squeaky clean sportsman, he's done all of these fabulous things, he works for charities, this and that, married, nice children, beautiful home, and all of that will be your personal brand that you will want to promote and improve in your 10th house. And let's have a look at the 11th house. So make time for friends, find new social groups, attend one social event each month, and connect with people you want to know. So the 11th house is traditionally the house of friends, so many of us have a few friends. Some have a lot, some have little, but sometimes you have friends that you haven't been paying attention to and you've let things drift and that, and this will be a time to make sure that you are building those relationships with your friends. Reach out, invite them over, and go back and say, you know, I haven't seen Bob for ages, and get them to come over. Reconnect with friends whom interest you and whom you want to not lose. Find new social groups. This is the place where you would, if you feel that you want to widen your social circle, because maybe it's got very small naturally, or you're a little tired of the people you're hanging out with, this will be where you will say, find new social groups. Maybe you're going to go to different areas or join a meetup and go out and try a photography group or a music group or whatever. And if you have the urge to reach out to more people, this would be the place where you would put images and words associated with that. Attend one social event each month. Now I've put in one because it's better than none. Many people actually don't go anywhere or do much, but if you can start off with one social event each month, you can then certainly build it up to many more. But if you're not going out at all, you do need to find one social event to go to every single month to get you out of the house. Something you can dress up for, maybe you're going to a wedding, maybe you're going to a party, maybe someone's having something around at their place. You want to get out the house and do that. You want to broaden your social circle, and you can do that by saying, okay, I'll do it, I'll go to one this month and we'll see how it goes. And that's a way how you can develop yourself socially as well. And then connecting with people you want to know. Maybe there is somebody that you would like to get to know better, and maybe they seem way out of your league, or they're some celebrity or something, but put them in your 11th house. This is where you are likely to find someone who knows someone, or you end up sitting on a plane next to someone who knows someone, and they may be able to give you a contact to the person you want to connect with or get to know better, or get to know at all. So if there is some celebrity you want to meet, you would put that on your 11th house. And then let's have a look at the 12th house. Meditate, practice self-care, writing, art or music retreat, schedule 1 hour of alone time each week. So the 12th house is traditionally a much quieter house. It's a house where we tend to do things alone and retreat from life in a way. So meditation would go in here. If you feel you need to start meditating, or you do meditate and you need to do more, this would be where you would put your meditation goals almost. I'm not one to meditate myself, but I know that it's a practice that a lot of people do. Maybe you want to stretch yourself into meditation or whatever it is, and that would go in your 12th house. Practice self-care. These are the things you do when no one's looking, to look after yourself. Are you eating well? Are you having a nice relaxing bath at night? Do you have beautiful clean sheets on your bed? Are you paying attention to what you're doing? Do you have clean laundry, or are you digging through the not so bad stuff every morning? Sort things out and take some time for some self-care. A writing, art or music retreat. It really doesn't matter what type of retreat it is, but the idea is that you go away and do something that interests you. And in the 12-month period that typically a vision board would last for, you would want to do something or other. When I created my particular vision board for January, the one thing I put on there was an art retreat, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to somehow connect with other people and stretch myself into it. And then the week after that, this popped up in my email, and there was some art retreat down here in Vancouver, which I subsequently signed up for, and I'll let you know how it goes when I've been there. But I thought, wow, I even wanted an art retreat, not just a class or anything. I wanted a retreat where you go and immerse yourself into the information. So maybe art's not your thing, but there will be something where you can say, I would like to do a retreat in music, art, writing, I don't know, hiking, nature, ecotourism, whatever it is, but to retreat. And that would be the place where you would put places like that you would like to go to. Schedule 1 hour of alone time each week. We are busy people. I say that a lot, but many people get up, go to work, come home, family, eat dinner, this, that, the next thing, and you're busy. You need to schedule 1 hour of alone time each week for yourself. So this may be done, for instance, if you took a long walk after dinner and you just went by yourself and just cleared your mind with your thoughts, without the cell phone, and you spend time with yourself in the moment, almost retreating from life, but just for 1 hour, we can manage to do that. And in a way, it helps clear the mind, it helps bring clarity. That's the same thing. But you get to hear your thoughts without being constantly bombarded all the time, as we are these days, with technology, information, and what's going on around us. It's a way to place some time in your calendar for you to retreat almost yourself. So that's where anything like that, you would put that in your 12th house in your vision board. So there we've been through the 12 houses of the vision board. So you create this thing, you put your photos, you put your quotes, and you build it up over time. But the idea is, astrologically, it makes sense to put it in our wheel the way I've laid out for you. The next thing is, where do you put your vision board? Now, ideally, you want it where you can see it every single day. So it'll be somewhere in your home, but not necessarily in a public area. So this is not, I would not put my vision board on the fridge where anyone who walks into my house can see it, or at the front door, or in the main public rooms, the lounges and the sitting room and so on. I actually put my vision board on my bathroom mirror, and I'll show you here how it is that I've actually pinned it up there. I've got a couple of candles going, and I'm just showing you a mini video there of how the vision board is. And my one key word that I put up bigger than ever is the word create, because that really is what I'm driving for this year. So even though in my vision board it's all written because that's how I did it, you can certainly put photographs, color it in any way you want, and place it really where you want. The idea of having it on your bathroom mirror is that you're going to be in there in the morning, in the night, and you see it, you read it, it's being consciously brought into your mind. You could also have it next to your bed so that you see it in the morning and when you wake up as well. But I really wouldn't advise that you put it in the main public areas because people then may have a lot to say about what your visions are, and not necessarily you want everybody to know where you're trying to take your life, and one does want a little bit of privacy, let's face it. So anyway, you can let me know what you think and where you're going to put your vision board in the comments below. So that's what we've gone over: how to create your astrological vision board, how to break it down into the 12 houses, and what to put in each area. You don't have to put everything in every area, but if you do have a goal, you need to know which area to put it in. If you're looking for a partner, it goes in the 7th house. You want a new baby, you put it in the 5th house. You want to travel, it goes in the 9th house. And that's it. So you don't fill the whole thing up, but you can put what you're looking for in the correct area. It makes sense. It makes visually pleasing vision board that you can use. Also, if you have it digitally as I do, you can take it with you and remind yourself when you're just daydreaming on the bus what you're trying to achieve in life, rather than thinking, where am I going? What am I doing? What am I doing all this for? So this brings clarity to the purpose of why we get up in the morning. And I think that's highly important. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about this, what you think about vision boards in general, whether you've had a vision board done before, and let me know if you're going to be creating an Astro Vision Board for yourself this year. I'm Alison Price. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.